It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise on this 1700th episode.
1700. We're in
Wow.
the club 1700.
Yeah, we started our own club.
We started our own club.
1700th episode of Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm your host, Anastasia Palacios.
Good morning. I am Philip Simon along with Star TGIF to you.
And we're looking forward to a wonderful show today, of course, as we celebrate this wonderful milestone in the history of Bahamas at Sunrise.
You know, it's amazing to think 1,700 times
That's big.
that the counselors and Bahamas at Sunrise has been doing this. I mean, listen, congratulations to you guys. It's amazing. How many times has it been for me?
I don't know.
Just a couple
Maybe, yeah,
hundred,
maybe
maybe.
we need
Has
a
it been
couple-
100 yet? Maybe a couple hundred.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
new.
we need our own counter.
I think so.
We
I
do need
think
our
so.
own counter.
I
But
think so.
we are certainly following in the footsteps of some fantastic people. And
Absolutely.
obviously, we've had an amazing production team that's been pretty consistent throughout all of the years of Bahamas
Yeah,
at Sunrise.
yeah,
So
yeah.
certainly congratulations
Yeah.
to Terrence and Wendell and Jide, who've certainly been here consistently.
Yeah,
Joan
Bailey,
Aubrey, Margaret,
Kelly.
Shelley,
Bailey.
Tucker, Bailey, all of these guys and ladies that
Yes,
helped to make this show a
yes, yes.
possibility. So congratulations to all of you, and we're looking forward to a great show today.
Yeah, looking forward to a great show. You know, it's been an interesting week. You know, you try to smile, you try to bring the energy, but sometimes you kind of sit back and you're in shock. You know, we say condolences again to all of the persons who would have lost loved ones. We know the headlines. I mean, we've lost some friends this week. We lost some colleagues. And, you know, you kind of step back. Once again, you step back and you say, well, what is it all about? I mean, why? You know, why do these things happen? And, you know, the impact is not just in the headline. The impact is not just in the loss of that particular life. The impact is upon the families. It's upon the children. It's upon the friends. And come on, guys, we really have to do better.
You know, and it really it speaks to the trauma that will impact generations to come. That especially when we talk about particularly Officer Blash, and of course we want to extend our condolences to his family and to the Governor General and all of those who are missing him at this moment. But we think about the fact that that's happened at a school,
Yeah,
and we don't necessarily know the associated trauma that will impact the lives of those students,
Correct.
and how that will manifest itself in years to come.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
really,
yeah.
you know, is there no sacred space left? It would
It
appear.
appears not. It appears not. So again, our condolences to you. Condolences also to the Jolly family, my family. Condolences to the Kika Rackets family. The loss of Dominic this week as well.
Phil, that went through me. I just saw Dominic in church a couple of weeks ago, and you know, it's like, what? How? And so I think for us, it's just a constant reminder that we've got this moment right now, and that's it. We're uncertain about anything else, and so we've really got to make the best of the time that we have and truly give ourselves
Absolutely.
and live our best life. As
Well,
my
listen,
book
like they
says.
say, this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice.
And be glad in
And
it.
be glad in it, yes. So again, we've got a great show lined up for you as always. We've got the Ministry of Tourism. My good friend Ian Ferguson is here to talk about Bahama Host Training, Western Union. It's been a year.
Yeah.
It's been a year. And your friend Andre is back to talk about all
Yeah.
their accomplishments. And the Ministry of Youth. Youth Month is October, and we've got Big John, hopefully in the house this morning, to talk a little bit more about that.
Why Big John is a lot less big. You need to catch up. Yeah, boy,
Well-
Big John's preparing for a wedding.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
yeah, man. Some good stuff happening there. Some good stuff happening there.
all right.
Well, the Ministry of Health, the Department of Environmental Health, and the Bahamas Red Cross are all here. They're going to be talking about how we can take action regarding mosquitoes. And this is important now. We always get kind of caught up when there's an outbreak of something like Zika. But in reality, we should try to be protecting ourselves against
yeah.
this stuff year-round.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking
Absolutely.
with them about that, especially as we're in the crux of this hurricane season. I'm sure Godfrey had some more for us on that. And we've got some more information for you on the World Trade Organization. They had a press conference recently. You might remember that
Yeah,
Phil
yeah.
interviewed our
Chief
newest
negotiator.
chief negotiator,
Absolutely.
Shivargo Line, the other day. And so we've got some more information on that. And we've got a special treat for you. Of course, this is our 1700th episode. That means we had to bring in the the music, and the Sky Juice Band is here. They're singing
Sky
a
Juice
song for us
Band.
called That Ain't Your Man.
That ain't your man. I heard them upstairs. I can't wait for you to hear them. Listen, we asked you to participate with us, to celebrate with us, to post your comments on Facebook, and they came in fast and furious. And listen, we thank all of you for the wonderful words that you would have shared.
We certainly do. We're going to share some of those with you right now. Wendy Pritchard Wong said, there is always good energy in the show. The variety of guests you've hosted over the years represent the positive side of life in our community. There are no sad sacks on Bahamas at Sunrise. Trina Lloyd Cooper wrote, congratulations on your 1700 show. I have enjoyed watching the show. I've been following you from Abaco, now I'm in Exuma, and the show continues to educate and inform. I love when you feature cooking segments. She's a woman after my own heart. When will you guys invent a smell-o-vision so I can sample and taste the treats myself? That's coming soon. I have a patent pending. And the entertainment of Bahamian artists, congratulations again. And Leah Enius, she came on earlier this year, and she commented saying, I enjoyed when I was on earlier this year for the Super Bowl with another female, Anishka. She and I actually became great friends because we were on the show together that morning. So look at us creating friendships. And Donovan Pennerman simply said, congratulations.
In caps.
In caps. Yep.
Patrice Duncombe Saunders also said, Bahamas at Sunrise has been the premier morning television show over the years. I love the information that is shared through this medium and the positive vibes.
Yes.
She spelt it right. Of the host. Congratulations on your 1700 show. Rudy Stubbs wrote, always love the show and personalities. And Beverly Cox from Anagua said, love every show. It makes my morning always lighten. Keep up the good work. Love the guests. Love the fashion. Love the cooking. What can I say? I love everything.
Yeah, she's a woman after
my own heart. I love
her. Good morning, Anagua. And thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of you for continuing to watch us, for continuing to enjoy us. And of course, remember that you can always interact with us at our Bahamas at Sunrise Facebook page.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to get things started. Pretty busy, hurricane season already. The Americas, the United States of America, the eastern coast is feeling the effects right now. Florence, in fact, I think we've even seen some
the out west yesterday was crazy in terms of the water. But we're going to
listen, we've got the pro who's going to tell us all about it. We got Godfrey Burnside with our first look at weather at sunrise.
Weather at sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Phil. Good morning, Bahamas. Your first look at weather sunrise. And yes, we have a busy tropical time. We are at the peak of the hurricane season. We'll talk about that in a second segment. But on the local scene, we do have weak high pressure across the islands. That's going to trigger some light winds and some great weather over the weekend. And for the most part, we're looking at some swells, and those swells are subsiding, and they will be subsiding through the weekend. Any weather today, partly sunny, hot and humid, with a chance of a few passing showers, maybe likely thunderstorm, high temperature 90 degrees Fahrenheit, a heat index 105. Tonight, a few clouds, still muggy, the chance of a few passing showers, even a possible thunderstorm during the early morning hours, a low temperature going down to 71 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 82 and 78. In Jamaica, 85 and 75. In Trinidad, 85 and 77. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 88 and 78. Across North America, Atlanta, 92 and 72. In Raleigh, 81 and 72. In Miami, 88 and 77. Dallas, Texas, 86 and 74. And Toronto, Canada, 76 and 69. For a better look, lots of sunshine through the weekend on the hot side, but by Tuesday we can expect some increasing cloudiness, showers and thunderstorms possible, one or two becoming heavier time. Those temperatures daytime will be in the low 90s, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That's what you're up in your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. The Bahamas training program offered by the Ministry of Tourism has been around for a very long time, and it's celebrating its 40th anniversary and is undergoing some important changes. We have the man in the house this morning, the Director of Industry Training at the Ministry of Tourism, Ian. What's going on, man?
Good to see you, Phil.
Good to see you. The voice, I tell you, one of the best singers you'll ever hear.
Man.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you for having me.
40
Glad to be
years.
here. 40 years. Bahamas host turns 40
You know, I think I did it back in 1986 or something like that.
You're
as a
dating
part of
yourself,
the- yeah, boy, I am dated. But listen, 40 years, it's been a long time. It's been one of the premier staple programs within the Ministry of Tourism.
It has. In fact, Bahama Host, we call it our signature training program in the Ministry of Tourism. In fact, these days we are just simply calling it the National Training Program for Tourism and Hospitality. It is the program that we believe every Bahamian, every resident, everyone that has an interest in the development of the Bahamas, this is the program that you should take. Absolutely.
Well, it's changed over the years, and it's still evolving. I mean, we hear the stories all the time, the impact that it's had on visitors over the entire 40 years, the friendships, the bonds, et cetera. But you're doing a little bit of rebranding.
Absolutely. In fact, just to take this back a little, in 2010, the Bahama Host would have gone through its more or less first formal rebranding exercise. And so the College of the Bahamas would have gotten involved and they would have taken us through the development of 3 workshops. As of late, in fact, just earlier this year, we again took the program offline for a brief hiatus, and we cleaned up the program. We listened to the voice of the visitor. We listened to our partners, and of course we conducted a number of focus groups in the community. And we have come up with 5 amazing, incredible, revolutionary modules. First one being Proud to be Bahamian.
Absolutely.
This is something that we believe will resonate in the heart and in the mind and the spirit of every Bahamian as we seek to lift the spirit of national consciousness in every citizen. And so Proud to be Bahamian, very powerful because it takes us on a journey, the story of the Bahamas. In a very powerful, impactful way. Arlene Nash Ferguson, in fact, would have been the lead consultant assisting us in this piece. We then look at unique features of the Bahamas, you know, giving Bahamians the talking piece. So when Jamaicans talk about mountains and rivers and waterfalls and everything else, Bahamians need a response. We need to be able to say, well, here is what makes the Bahamas special, unique. This is the majesty of the Bahamas. So many things that we get to tout that unfortunately so many of us don't know. And then, of course, the sustainability piece that helps us in understanding how we need to guard this heritage that we've received. Our second module goes into tourism today, where we look at the stats and we look at our place in the marketplace. We then go into the Bahamian service experience because service matters. And it's very important and unfortunate sometimes that we have to teach people basic things, basic social graces that we knew 2 generations ago. The fourth module we look at, we're very excited about this, it's the global impact. And in the global impact, we amp up our diversity training. We look at cross-culture and helping us understand that if we're going to serve well, then the base of that is to understand customer expectations and understand who the customer is and where the customer is coming from. And so the Argentina profile versus the Brazil profile versus the... So these are the nuances that we need to know about all of our visitors. And then, of course, the global impact climaxes with conversational Spanish. In fact, we're going into conversational Spanish, French, and Mandarin because not only do we need to know our visitors, understand our visitors, but we also need to engage our visitors. And the final piece to this is empowerment, where we look at financial empowerment. We look at health and wellness training. We look at entrepreneurship, giving them the skills that they will need to do what they do better.
Wow, I tell you, boy, and you're preaching up in here this morning. Those are some wonderful new additions, aspects of the entire program. It absolutely makes sense to call it the National Training Program because this we things, right? I mean, this is what we're talking about. But you guys have already started in terms of the year of celebration, celebrating 40 years. I believe you had a church service recently.
We did. Just on Sunday past, we had a very moving sermon by Canon Tynes at St. Barnabas. It was a wonderful service. Our minister, of course, addressed the grouping. Our Director General was there along with a number of our team members. And of course, we relaunched our pilot initiative on Monday past. And so we are right now in 5 sessions, 2 day sessions, 2 evening sessions, and a session that's now going on the island of Exuma. Of course, we are launching on Monday our corporate sessions as well as school sessions.
And of course, these are, I mean, people can contact the Ministry of Tourism if they want to participate in this, ask for you. I mean,
absolutely. Our numbers, our direct line in the Ministry of Tourism would be 302-2000, really easy to remember, 302-2000. Of course, they can look at the registration
forms that we have online, tourismtoday.com or bahamas.com.
Right.
And again, our direct lines would be 397-2745, or you can email me,
Email you.
hiferguson@bahamas.com.
Yeah, you've got a tourism symposium, I think, coming up on the 27th as well.
Absolutely.
This is a part of the 40th anniversary
Part
training.
of our 40th anniversary. In fact, three very significant things that we're doing in celebration of 40 years. We're putting on and we're hosting at the British Colonial Hilton a leadership edge training program. Far too often our leaders get left out of the equation, and we just believe that we need to train employees, but sometimes leaders who shape the culture also need that focused training. And so we're providing something special for leaders, and that is middle managers as well as senior executives in various organizations. It is a public offering. The cost is only $100, meal included, parking included, and it works.
Yeah.
This is the steal of the century, we believe, and it's going to be at the British Colonial Hilton on September 19th.
Okay.
Of course, registration again is also online, tourismtoday.com, and they can come into our office on Norfolk House.
Yeah.
On the 27th, we have our tourism symposium, so we're going to be hearing from a number of our partners as well as practitioners. There's a young lady by the name of Christy Morris. She's coming in from the CTO office in Barbados. She's a young Bahamian who is doing incredible things, and she's going to be one of our special speakers.
I'll tell you what, Dean, listen, it sounds amazing. Congratulations once again. We talk about leaders. You are certainly one. You are the Director of Industry Training in the Ministry of Tourism. Absolutely. And of course, we can just contact you through the Ministry of Tourism for more details on this. Listen, thank you very much for coming on Bahamas at Sunrise and sharing this with us.
Beautiful.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 321st or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening,
but it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
I'm a senior citizen and I embrace change. That's why RBC Digital Banking is the way to go. I can sit at home and pay all my utility bills, send money to someone else, pay my Visa card. It's simple, safe, secure, and it saves you quality time. I'm Beverly Wallace Whitfield, and I enjoy being an RBC Digital Banking client.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Well, they were last here with us in February, but they've actually been back in the Bahamas for a year now. Of course, I'm talking about Western Union, and I'm so happy to have Andre Largay with us. He's back. He's the Global Money Transfer Lead for the Caribbean region. Good morning, Andre, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Very good morning to you, Anastasia.
A pleasure to have you back with us. Always a joy to see the smiling face. And I know whenever you come, Western Union is doing something amazing all over again.
Well,
1 year is a big deal.
1 year is a big deal. You know, we worked hard to build the rights of the partnerships in the country so that we could best serve our customers and provide a stable service platform for the future. Okay. And, you know, we're very proud of the work that our partners, Money Max, Cash and Grace Kennedy have done. They have expanded, you know, in many of the family islands now. We have over 31 locations. Wow. And they've been doing fantastic, serving the communities, being close to where our customers live and work.
Awesome, awesome. And I like that idea of partnership. And talk to me about why that was so important to Western Union. Why was it so important for you to come back into the Bahamian market, so much so that you were willing to seek multiple partners in order to make that happen?
Well, our business is based on community, right? Serving customers, serving communities, serving the residents of a country. And the partners are the best way to get into the, as we would say, the nook and cranny of the community, into the crevices of a country, because that's where we need to serve. Right? We need to serve where customers live and work. Customers shouldn't have to walk more than 5 to 10 minutes to get to a location to handle their financial services. And in the Bahamas, and certainly in the Family Islands, where banking services have been withdrawing or diminishing, it is even more important that we work hard to provide our services where our customers need it. Because it's a liberator. It's an enabler of so much personal development, so much economic development. This is vital services that a community, individual, and even nations need.
Yeah, and certainly you provide that, and I love to hear you talk about the Family Islands, because I understand the struggles that they face with not having the opportunity to send money, which is a basic need every day, and Western Union provides that. When you were here with us last, it was also really exciting because you were launching something brand new then, and we could actually start to go on our phone and make things happen before we even got into a Western Union.
Well, yeah.
Talk to me about that product and how that's been going.
Well, you're referring to the Western Union app, and yes, it has been going fantastically. The app is the fastest way to send money from the Bahamas.
Right.
Full stop. That is once you set up once you download the app and you register, it's only a few clicks to repeat the setup of a transaction, because the app stores the information, and because it stores the information, if I'm sending money to Anastasia again, it's just a few clicks, and then you go to the location and you finish with the payment. So no forms to fill out, no long standing in line. It is the fastest and the best value money transfer from the Bahamas.
Yeah, and I know people have been loving it. It certainly just makes life so much easier. The time that you save before getting into the bank is just so much easier. And so certainly Western Union is continuing to just provide new ways of making things easier for customers.
Oh, absolutely.
Makes sense to me.
And it's more private. You know, it's faster, it's convenient, and it allows the customer to free up their minds a bit. Once you take a worry away, you get to kind of focus in on, all right, the other more important things that you have to do: managing your business, taking care of your loved ones. So it's a really simple but really effective tool to help make life easier for our customers.
Yeah.
So we're very proud of it, and it's been going very, very well.
And at the time, the Bahamas was the first place to really launch the app, right?
It was one of the first places, certainly in the Caribbean, to launch the app.
Has that grown and expanded now for Western
Yes,
Union?
we've been expanding around the region and in Latin America, but my first priority is the Bahamas.
I love it. This is a man after my own heart, right? You tell me what I want to hear this morning, Andre, but I love that. And one of the things I also love about Western Union is that you're always looking for ways to give back to the customers. The app was one way, just creating new products and services that offer a level of convenience for customers. But now that you're celebrating your first birthday with us again,
our second first birthday, right?
Twice, 2 lifetimes.
Right,
so this is the second one. But it's got to be special, right?
No, it is. And, that's why we wanted to make sure that we come back to the Bahamas to learn more about how things have changed over the years. And really more, if not for anything else, to say thank you.
Okay.
To say thank you to our customers. And in recognition of our partnership, of our gratitude towards our customers, and in an effort to say thank you, we actually have a special activity coming up. On Monday, September 17th, all day on Monday, there will be free transactions from the Bahamas at Western Union locations to anywhere in the world. $0.
I just want you to go back. Give me that word again. Is that free? Did you say free? My favorite word.
It is a zero fee transaction. So no fees. All fees on Monday, September 17th, will be waived from all 31 locations.
All 31 locations.
All 31 locations in the Bahamas. Zero fees will be applied. No fees at all. And no matter what the service, whether it is that you're setting up the transaction on the phone, whether it is that you're sending to a bank account, it doesn't matter. Sending from Abaco to Haiti, sending from Nassau to the Philippines, zero fees. Monday, September 17th. And this is a small token, a small way that we're saying thank you. Our agents have been working hard. There are a number of other little things that are being planned for to say thank you to our customers on Monday. But this is the big one.
All right. Well, listen, Andre, I want to thank you for coming and bringing this information to us. This is very exciting. It's good to have Western Union back. It's like a long lost friend that came back. And you and I were talking about some other friends that have come back to us, right? And so it's good to have you back celebrating 1 year all over again. The possibilities continue to be limitless as we approach that first anniversary a second time around.
Indeed.
And we're really excited that customers have the opportunity to pay $0 in their transactions this coming Monday, the 17th of September, all day at any Western Union location.
All day.
31 locations across the Bahamas.
Doesn't matter if you're a new customer or if you've transacted with us before. $0, zero fees will be applied to all transactions to anywhere in the world. We send to over 200 countries. We send to over 75 currencies. We can deposit to 50 billion bank accounts.
Wow.
So however you can use Western Union services in the Bahamas, you will be free to do so, zero cost, zero fees on Monday, September 17th. And this is, again, just our way of saying thank you. Bahamas has been very good to us. We have grown and brought, we believe, good value, great value. We're still the best value in town, especially when you use the Western Union app. And you can't feel anything but gratitude. And this is a small token of our appreciation to the people of the Bahamas.
Well, I want to extend our gratitude for you for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise. Certainly a thank you to you for being here and sharing with us the excitement that I'm sure all Western Union customers will feel on Monday. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you very much, Anastasia.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from NASA and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
At the 15th Annual Abaco Business Outlook. Join TCL Group on Thursday, September 20th, 2018 at the beautiful Abaco Beach Resort to talk about how to boost the island to world-class status. Hear from local industry experts, including Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Michael Pintard, Kerry Fountain, the Executive Director for the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board, MP for Central and South Abaco, James Albury, President of the Abaco Chamber of Commerce, Ken Hutton, the Director for the National Insurance Board, Dr. Nicola Virgil Roll, Patrice Roll from Sunshine Insurance, Carlos Mackey, the Principal for Prime Finance and Consulting, Donovan Ingram, the Corporate Wellness Coordinator for Atlantic Medical Insurance, from Graham Thompson, Samantha Williams and Alistair Crisnell, and Kevin Seymour, Chief Financial Officer for Pharmachem Technology GB Limited. The Outlook will also include a special workshop by the Department of Inland Revenue. Register now. Contact Margaret Albury at 242-322-7505 or Winsome Ferguson from the Abaco Ministry of Tourism at wferguson@bahamas.com.
Welcome back. Tropical storms, hurricanes, we know what that means. Lots of rains. In fact, we have showers of blessings going on right now outside of the studio. We want to talk about what the government is doing with regards to mosquito control, because we know that little insect rears its head around this time of year. We are pleased to have Dr. Felicia Greenslade. She's the medical officer at the surveillance unit of the Ministry of Health. Caroline Turnquist, DG, Red Cross, and Luther Ferguson, Health Inspector, Department of Environmental Health Services. Good morning, ladies, gent. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. I see you put the rose in the middle, eh? Dr. Greenslade, when we talk about particularly diseases and diseases that are born from the mosquito, why is this particular insect, this bug, just so devastating? I mean, it's probably the number one killer in the world.
Actually, it is. Most people don't realize the mosquito carries certain diseases. It's a vector. So we have to think about diseases like malaria, dengue, chikungunya, yellow fever, and of course Zika. Now, people don't have that much exposure to most of those diseases in this country unless they think in terms of dengue and chikungunya. And we recently went through an episode with Zika, and historically, we had an outbreak of malaria on one of our family islands. But what people don't realize, malaria kills, yellow fever kills, dengue can kill.
Right.
Chikungunya, you get ill at this point, but down the road, you can have some serious complications in terms of long-lasting pain and other problems. Then there's Zika. With Zika, we have to worry about women who are pregnant, who are exposed to Zika during their pregnancy, because then the child is exposed in the uterus. And we all know what happens as a result of that. What can happen, you can have a child with microcephaly or an abnormally small head, and with that comes other problems. The child doesn't develop properly in terms of neurological development. They may have problems with seizures. They may not have normal aptitude. They may have problems with movement, all because the brain doesn't develop properly. So, and it's all because of
that mosquito.
The mosquito.
The mosquito. Mr. Ferguson, I mean, the department has a heavy task. And it's year-round, I would imagine. But when we talk about Zika, well, diseases in particular, I mean, speak a little bit more what the department role is in disease prevention.
Well, our job is the control of vectors, including mosquitoes in the Bahamas. And so to achieve that goal, what we do is we plan programs, find the best way to execute those programs. Of course, there are certain scientific guidelines we must follow, and we try to follow best practices. Most persons know us in terms of what we call mosquito season, in terms of the truck coming around to do the fogging. So they recognize in terms of the truck coming around to do the fogging, and of course the smell of the malathion that we use.
Beyond just, you know, government's role, I mean, we have our own personal responsibility to kind of protect ourselves. I mean, the Red Cross is obviously at the forefront of disaster mitigation, but, you know, this could be preventative care. You know, what are some of the things that in terms of awareness that the Red Cross participates in partnership, I believe, with the government?
Well, our role, as you mentioned, in partnership with the Department of Public Health, as well as the Department of Environmental Services. Our role, and which came about as a small funding from the International Federation of Red Cross and USAID, we are doing preventative education. So we're going into schools to work with school children, teaching them best practices, etc. We're having community walkabouts along with our partners, as well as we're doing some outreach activities. So we're working in 5 communities that we would have chosen, and 2 of them, which are Bain and Grantstown, we have Carmichael, and we have Fort Charlotte. But we're going into these communities doing door-to-door surveys, as well as giving out information on how to, you know, protect yourself.
Protect yourself, and of course, I mean, this isn't just in New Providence. I would assume it's throughout the length and breadth of the Commonwealth. Dr. Greenslade, really quickly, I mean, mosquitoes everywhere. You know, should we be concerned about every bite? When should we really be concerned about, you know, a mosquito bite?
Well, you should be concerned about a mosquito bite unless you can seriously identify your mosquito. It's easy to, the main culprit that we worry about is the Aedes aegypti. And you can actually tell that mosquito by looking at it because it has the white stripes on the legs. So you can't help but notice that when that lands on you, you see those stripes, you know that's the particular one that's biting you. But that particular one, unfortunately, carries the dengue, carries the chikungunya, carries the Zika, carries the yellow fever. 4 potential diseases in that one bite.
Wow, wow. Mr. Ferguson, I'll conclude with you. When we talk about, again, prevention, we talk about the fogging. Is this something that you identify areas, or can I, as a business person or business owner, contact the department and say, listen, we've got a problem here. What can you do?
Well, you can contact the department, but generally, we have what's called the mosquito season. Once the rain starts, we know what's going to happen. But on the same point Dr. Greenslade is making with the Aedes aegypti, one of the reasons why it's such a problem mosquito is that it lives among us. Our habits, in terms of the way we treat the environment, create breeding sites for the mosquito. It's a container breeder. When we look around the province, we can see signs that you got the tires, you got the old cars, you got containers.
Okay.
So right among us, and this is why it's such a problem mosquito. When you compare it to, let's say, the Anopheles, that breeds in the pond, you can identify those ponds, and you can target those ponds.
Right.
You can attack the aquatic stage, and you can attack the adults. But with the Aedes aegypti, we can fog, and another week or so, it's another generation that comes out. So the key to controlling the Aedes aegypti is actually what we call source reduction by persons simply cleaning up.
Right.
Cleaning up.
Cleaning up. I mean, throw over the bucket of water, you know, dispose of the tire,
Yes.
definitely. The Red Cross, again, we're going to end with the Red Cross because you guys are just so important to us. How can we contact you in terms of the work that you're doing right now with regards to Storm's upcoming season? You know, we trust you're not as busy this year as you have been in years gone by.
Well, we have a few areas where you can, of course, the social media, our Facebook, Instagram page, as well as our website, bahamasredcross.org, as well as the phone number there is 323-7370. As the email is redcross@bahamas.net.bs or bahamasredcross.org.
Okay, great.
So, yeah.
We're gonna pray for a, well, not necessarily a storm-free, but disaster-free, you know, hurricane season.
I wanted to make just one point. You said we're about to close.
Yes.
In terms of what persons can do to make sure that they aren't bitten, so you can actually prevent bites. Make sure that you're going out in long sleeve clothing. It's hot,
Yeah, it is.
but wear the light colored long sleeve or long trousers simply because the mosquitoes don't like dark colors.
Okay.
Use the appropriate mosquito repellents,
Or wipes.
the ones that are recognized, either DEET or IR 3535, or Picaridin.
Yeah.
You can use any of those and know the activities dusk to dawn. That's when they tend to, when you're active, as he said, they're domesticated. When you're active, they're active.
They're active, all right.
Keep your yards clean.
Yeah. Well, there you have
We
it.
should
Tips
have it.
coming from the doctor herself. Listen, Mr. Ferguson, DJ, thank you very much for joining us at Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
The Bahamian dream for generations has been home ownership. Do-it-all home improvement can help make your dream a reality with our affordable home solutions. We can provide a variety of packages with beautiful home designs and custom construction prices you can afford. Granite countertops, custom kitchen cabinets, crown moldings, porcelain tiles, and lots of storage. Call us today at 427-9343 or 322-3130. We're honest, reliable, and trustworthy.
Wait, that's Omar Little from The Wire. You think everyone is Omar from The Wire?
Wow, it's really nice to meet a fan.
It's like he's right here. I telling you he's been on all type of shows and stuff?
And you know, Rev Go Play plays a lot of good movies and TV shows.
Excuse me, can't you see we're watching something else? Rude.
Settle all your pop culture disputes with RevGo Play. Watch, record, and stream all your favorite shows wherever you are. Free for all Rev TV subscribers. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point on our 1700th episode, and we're so happy that you're still with us.
We're not saying the number 1700 over and over again for any particular reason, in case some of you out there are thinking other, you know, all I'll say is if you are successful in whatever it is you might be doing, remember us.
Oh, and remember that Western Union on Monday has 0 fees for that transaction. So, Phil and I, hello.
Hello. You know, the mosquito. I mean, we think it's a pest, but listen, it's so much more than just being a pest. It is an absolute destroyer.
Yeah, mosquitoes kill more people every year. Like there's this really interesting statistic on like car accidents, and like mosquitoes right up there with the number one cause of death.
Yeah, they were saying it's the number one when you talk about how it transmits diseases.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, we've got more to come. We're going to talk a little bit more and show you a little bit more from the press conference with our new chief negotiator and why it is that the government is pursuing this route towards WTO ascension, which is the line.
And I think that's an important conversation.
It's an important conversation.
Many of us don't agree with it. Many of us don't understand it.
Well, because we don't understand it as much, we may not agree with it. But again, there are some valid points for and against.
Right. So we're going to look forward to that conversation. In addition to that, John Darville is here talking about one of my favorite things always, the youth of our nation, our greatest resource. Yeah. He's going to be talking to us about Youth Month. And in addition to that, we've got the Sky Juice Band.
Gotta love that name, man.
Yeah, man. And they're here performing their song, That Ain't Your Man. Ooh. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Before we get to any of that, we're going to take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at sunrise. Brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Stan. Good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather sunrise, we take a look at the tropics. The tropics are buzz, but most of the systems have been downgraded. Those winds have decreased over the last 12 hours. First, a look at Florence. Florence about to make landfall in North Carolina. And at 5 a.m. this morning, Hurricane Florence was some 25 miles to the east of Wilmington, North Carolina. It's moving towards the west-northwest at 6 miles per hour, and those winds are now down to 90 miles per hour with higher gusts. Then we have Tropical Storm Helene at 5 a.m. this morning, some 760 miles southwest of the Azores. It's moving towards the north at 23 miles per hour. Those winds are now down to 65 miles per hour with higher gusts. And now we have Tropical Storm Joyce at 5 a.m. this morning with some 1,090 miles west-southwest of the Azores. Is moving towards the south-southwest at 8 miles per hour. A turn to the east is expected tonight, and then an northeasterly turn over the weekend. Winds are now down to 40 miles per hour with higher gusts. And then Isaac is now downgraded to a tropical depression, some 380 miles southeast of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, moving towards the west at 50 miles per hour. Winds in Isaac are now down to 35 miles per hour with higher gusts. And then we're watching a broad area of low pressure located over the western Gulf of Mexico, has a short period of time to develop into a tropical depression before it moves inland over the northeastern Mexico or the southern Texas coast later today. This system has a 30% chance of tropical cyclone formation. And then we have a broad area of low pressure could form near Bermuda late this weekend or early next week. This system has a low chance, no percent of cyclone formation through the next 48 hours and 10% over the next 5 days. Elsewhere, tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On local scene, weak high pressure bring great weekends to weather-wise, lots of sunshine, but hot and humid conditions. And yes, there's a chance of a few passing showers. In your marine forecast, winds variable at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet over the northwest Bahamas, but expect some large swells up to 12 feet, but those swells are subsiding as we speak over Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini, east of 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Saturday, those winds are variable at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet over northwest and central Bahamas, still have those large easterly swells, and the winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. On Sunday, those winds become southwesterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest and central Bahamas, falling light and variable at times, still have those moderate to large swells. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the southeastern islands. Yeah, tides. You can expect a high tide at 11:08 this morning, next low tide at 5:31 this evening, high gain tonight at 11:27. Sunset at 7:13 this evening, rising more at 6:56, UV index 9, your water temperature 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and your moon phase now moving towards the first quarter. External look, lots of sunshine, hot and humid conditions over the weekend, but by Tuesday expect some increasing cloudiness across the islands, though temperature daytime will be in the low 90s, at nighttime in the upper 70s. That puts her up in your file. Look at whether it's on.
You can also find forms for the National Youth Awards on your website, right?
That's correct.
We've seen that program totally progress over the years and just really evolve. Now there's a nomination process. So many more young people are getting recognized. Talk to me about the National Youth Awards.
Yes, so the National Youth Awards is in its 32nd annual presentation, and the application period was actually open from May.
Okay.
And so we have quite a number of persons who have applied. Of course, the deadline isn't until the 5th of October.
Okay.
And so you can go online, complete the online application. You can nominate yourself, or somebody can nominate you. You can nominate a youth leader, a youth organization. There are over 15 awards. There are cash prizes attached to them.
Okay.
And on the 10th of October, all nominees will be presented to the Governor General and receive official nominee medals at Government House. We, the ceremony is really spectacular. We get to announce those 15 top finalists. But really, that medal presentation ceremony, we believe that it was implemented because we believe that if you are worthy enough to be nominated, you're worthy enough to be celebrated. There's so many things that are going wrong in our country, so many young people who are at the forefront of those wrong things, unfortunately. But just to see positive young people doing what is right, being engaged in everything that is positive and uplifting, we want to just recognize and celebrate them. So on the website again, celebrateyouthbahamas.org.
Okay.
The application form is there. There's one that's separate for youth organization because just some additional information we need on those groups. But the applications are there. Deadline closes on the 5th of October.
Now, John, I want to get that website one more time. CelebrateYouthBahamas.org. All right, and you have the full Youth Month calendar there as well.
Full Youth Month calendar, everything, talent fever, applications are there, island hunt, excellent scavenger hunt activity, really, relaxing casual event for young people. All of those, everything is there.
All right. Well, listen, John, I'm hoping that you guys will get to join us again.
Sure.
Either before Youth Month or during Youth Month, just so I can continue to feel that energy.
We'll be back.
And we can learn some more about what's happening. But again, if you want to be a part of Youth Month, and you could be young at heart like me, you don't have to necessarily fall into that 16 to 25 category to participate or to help and assist, please go to celebrateyouthbahamas.org. Thank you so much, John Dobbin, for joining us.
Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We've got more for you. Here is Phil.
Thank you very much, Star. On Monday's show, we introduced you to the newly appointed chief negotiator for the Bahamas as we apply for membership in the World Trade Organization, the former Minister of State, Zhivargo Lang. In this report from Sunday's press conference at the Ministry of Financial Services, officials explain why the Bahamian government is pursuing ascension to the World Trade Organization as a plus for the country. Here is our Keisha Bethel with that report.
The truth of the matter is this. WTO membership has its pros and cons, but one of its pros, promotion of the ease of doing business, would provide a solution to a constant challenge for the local business community.
If you are interested in the ease of doing business, then you are interested in the Bahamas' accession to the WTO, because it is a platform that primarily concerns itself with making it easier to do business. So some of the competition policy rules, some of the rules that relate to how the government is transparent about its operations, about structuring transparency in its investment policy, both in terms of domestic and international investment policy. These are all things that the WTO encourage. So it's a direction the Bahamas government has wanted to go in for decades that now converges with its application for membership.
According to Minister of Financial Services, Trade and Industry, Brent Simonet, under the correct terms, joining the WTO could generate much-needed economic growth.
It is envisaged that this WTO accession will benefit the Bahamas through new export opportunities, lower the cost of doing business, lower the cost of consumer goods, streamline business processes, and bring greater certainty to international trade arrangements. These and other benefits could lead to faster economic growth, higher employment, expanded Bahamian ownership in the local economy, and increased shared prosperity.
On September 21st, a delegation will head to Geneva, Switzerland for a third meeting of the Working Party on the possible accession of the Bahamas to the WTO. Newly appointed Chief Negotiator Zhivargo Lang said he's ready to get the best deal for the country.
I commit to the following. 1, a dogged focus on the promotion, protection, and progression of the Bahamas' interests first. 2, my most professional and expert service to the government and people of the Bahamas. 3, an absolute commitment to openness and collaboration with the private sector. 4, a thorough effort to keep the Bahamian public informed of this process every step of the way. And 5, only advising of the adoption of membership, provided that net gains to our country are secured.
According to Mr. Lang, as chief negotiator, his mandate is to lead the efforts to ensure that the strategic intent of the country's second attempt to join the WTO is effectively fulfilled.
This means that any decision to accept membership in the WTO must enhance the nation's economic and development prospects. It must produce only manageable solutions to the challenges for the country and allow for a reasonable period of time to adopt and adapt to any obligations arising from that membership. If this cannot be achieved, then membership, to my mind, cannot be achieved.
It's that level of thinking that made Mr. Lang the perfect fit for the job.
The Government of the Bahamas is pleased to announce the appointment of Mr. Shivago Lang, the Executive Director of the Government and Public Policy Institute at the University of the Bahamas, a former Cabinet Minister, Member of Parliament, Senator, as the Chief Negotiator of the Bahamas accession to the World Trade Organization. The Government is confident that Mr. Lang is well suited to lead accession negotiations and ensure that the terms of our WTO membership will be mutually beneficial to the Bahamas and WTO members. Indeed, Mr. Lang, who is trained in economics and finance, once had the responsibility for international trade policy, and during his tenure as Minister of Finance, led the Bahamas' initial application to accede to the WTO in 2001.
Even the University of the Bahamas has thrown its support behind not only the WTO accession process, but also its very own member of staff.
On behalf of Mr. Lang's colleagues at the University of the Bahamas, we would like to congratulate him on this appointment of significant national importance. We'd also like to congratulate the government for having the wisdom to appoint Mr. Lang in this position. The University of the Bahamas is really and truly a partner in driving national development. We do not see ourselves as separate and apart. We see ourselves as bringing the resources to the country, bringing the resources to the government that the government would need in order to drive national development.
This appointment comes at a unique time as I now lead the Government and Public Policy Institute at University of the Bahamas. The presence today of the University of the Bahamas' President, Dr. Rodney Smith, and Provost, Dr. Linda A. Davis, signals the university's support of my appointment as Chief Negotiator. The university will bring to bear its substantial resources to ensure that these kinds of undertakings are grounded in informed expertise. In fact, we at the university invite the government to consider other areas in which UB faculty and researchers can add value and build capacity within the country by serving as consultants where necessary.
Despite brewing concerns in the public domain regarding the subject of WTO, Minister Simonet stressed that next week's trip to Geneva is simply a negotiation effort.
We're not going to sign the deal next week, if that's what people, and that really should be, we're going to, we'll come back with what was discussed, have another round of negotiations, and then, as we said, there'll be a series of negotiations leading up to December 2019, and it will be tight. It's a very tight negotiating process. And of course, we'll be very conscious of the implication for those people who are in industry to make sure we have the best deal for everyone.
A debriefing session is scheduled for Monday, October 1st, 2018, to discuss the outcome of the Geneva meeting. If the accession negotiations prove to be mutually beneficial, the Bahamas plans to join the WTO between late 2019 and mid-2020. For Bahamas at Sunrise, I'm Keisha Bevel.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. I am here with two of the women I've been waiting to talk to all morning. I've got Sam and Dee of the Sky Juice Band there to perform that hot new single, He Ain't Your Man. Well, we're going to find out more about that and the Sky Juice Band. Ladies, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning.
A pleasure to have you both with us. How long has Sky Juice Band been around now?
Sky Juice Band has been around since April 2008.
Okay.
And going strong. You know, we had some changes in the past, like every organization does, but the band is present, it's here, and always putting out fresh new music.
Certainly, and you got some fresh music with this song, He Ain't Your Band.
Definitely.
How long have both of you been singing with Sky Juice Band?
Well, I've been singing for less than a year with the band.
Okay.
Vice versa, less than a year.
Less than a year with the band, or less than a year, and both of you have already produced this new song, He Ain't Your Man.
Yes.
Talk to me about what inspired the song. Did you co-write it, or are you just singing it together?
I assisted with writing it along with the leader of the band, Corey
Okay.
Cartwright, the co-leader, Trico Johnson, and a gentleman by the name of Cruz. He's from Eleuthera.
Okay.
And we just decided to put out new music because the band likes to put out new music that the Bahamian public can relate to.
Okay.
This is the first of a series of songs of what we're considering the Deception Trilogy.
Okay.
So we expect that the Bahamian public would want more of that drama and that spice to music. And so we like to hear a lot of our Bahamian music on the radio. And so to blaze new trails, we decided to put out these series of songs. This is just the first, like I said, and we want the public to look out for more.
So, Eddie, what about this song for you gets you going and really gets you in the mood to sing and to vibe with us? What about the song really just speaks to Bahamian culture and kind of makes you laugh, but really gives you an opportunity to enjoy yourself while performing?
Well, definitely, you know, coming from a country where music is very important, it's good to have a chemistry with Sam. And the back and forth, the battle between us is definitely something that is mind-blowing. And when you perform it, when you sing it, it just gives you that feeling like junk in the morning.
Okay, well, listen, I want to have a junk in the morning. Come on right now.
Sure.
So, ladies, we're going to give you the opportunity to perform. This is the first song in the Deception series, so I'm hoping that you will be back with songs 2 and 3.
Most definitely.
But for this time, we're going to hear it now. He Ain't Your Man from the Sky Juice Band featuring Sam and Dee. Here you go, ladies.
Thank you.
All day, ain't no way he gon' drop this. He's my husband, you're just a side thing. I got him on lock, chick, he love the way I TikTok is. Yes, it's my sweetie pie, don't even try to block this. Don't try to knock this, keep my bed rocking. Girl, you're wasting time, he's mine. If you like wasting time, that's fine. You like scheming, you must be dreaming.
Shell is taking you on an exciting journey with its summer promotion. Now through September 14th, enter for your chance to win a brand new 2018 Toyota Yaris. Just make a minimum purchase of $20 worth of fuel from any Shell service station in Nassau. Answer the skill question on the entry form and submit. The grand prize will be drawn on September 14th. Other weekly prizes include free fuel vouchers and VIP packages to see Jay-Z and Beyonce live in concert August 31st at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. For more info, visit their Facebook page at Sunoil Bahamas.
So who really own the Nassau Container Port?
Boss, that's easy. The government.
I do.
I do.
Thank you.
I do.
I do. And one day, he will too. I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
I started in 1974 with the first-born Bahamian principal, Dr. John Knowles. I am overjoyed because I've made it to the university. That was something to be proud about, because I've seen all the changes from college to university. I am Mary Major Russell, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
Thank you so much for tuning in today, and thank you to these fabulous ladies, Phil. I mean,
that ain't your man with a passion.
I mean, with a passion. I don't know who man it is right now.
See, mine. Well, see, only one person need to be singing this thing.
Listen, it was a wonderful show today. Of course, we ended it with these fabulous ladies from the Sky Juice Band.
Yeah.
You can book them for any event that you're having. Of course, we can find you guys online, Sky Juice Band.
Yes, Facebook, the Sky Juice Band page is up and ready for comments, and send us your questions, queries, and ready for bookings.
All right, nothing wrong with that. But you saw it here first on Bahamas at Sunrise. They're going to be back with us, I'm sure, as they continue on with the saga. But Phil and I are so happy you joined us today for our 1700 show.
1700.
1700, and we will see you here on Monday. You make it a wonderful weekend. Bye.